Before we get into the podcast, a quick message from our sponsor at CS Custom Blinds, family owned and operated right here in our community for over 15 years. And I don't know if you know this, the weather just decided to kick into spring and summer all of a sudden overnight. And guess what? That sun was baking me in the afternoon. And now is the time to look into a sunsetter. Life is better under a sunsetter. I got the privilege of helping install a couple of these bad boys in some homes, and the before and after difference of the outside shade that you can actually use in the space just makes a difference. And you can call today for your free in-home estimate. 719-344-2799. Visit them online at cscustomblinds.com. The cool thing is you actually get to meet with the owners. They come out to your house and they set all the expectations out for you. And they've got options upon options. Over 1 million satisfied customers with the Sunsetter cannot be a lie. But you got to see it to believe it. CS Custom Blinds, Colorado owned for your Colorado home. All right, this podcast is going to start with the papal address. If you missed the big news, yesterday it was announced that Robert Francis Prevost, I believe, was elected to lead the 1.4 billion Roman Catholics, making him the first pope from the United States of America. So we have an American pope. Fun fact about this whole process, because I saw some of it on the news and it was like, very serious. Like they had to sweep the room like 3 times to make sure nobody had a recording equipment. Nobody from the outside public could know what was going on. All I know is when that white smoke popped up, people were crying and they were cheering. Some of the cardinals who had to choose the next pope were watching that movie Conclave that came out and was like, I think it was Oscar nominated for tips because they've never experienced a conclave before. So it's like cool to see like a movie happen in real time. I don't know if you saw the roast of Tom Brady, but he said that 2024 roast was a major parenting mistake because he said it hurt his kids. Funny that he thought about that after the fact when he knew that people were going to be making jokes about him, his wife, and their family. Finding that out after the fact felt like, quote, a stake through the heart. You know, Tom's done a lot of great things in his football career, but I don't think he's really thinking ahead of the bigger picture. Jonathan Lipnicki, you know him as the Jerry Maguire kid. Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? Says his career is not where he wants it to be, but he's not giving up. He says, quote, if you're going to pursue this, you've got to do it for yourself. It's a disservice not to dream big. And I'm going to totally follow that advice because I'm 44 years old. And in my head, Max Martin, who produced all of Britney Spears' biggest hits, Backstreet Boys' biggest hits, NSYNC, he works with Ariana Grande now. He's going to reach out to me and he's going to invite me to Sweden so we can record together. I feel like it's going to happen. So thank you, Jonathan Lipnicki, for that wonderful advice. Modern Family star Ariel Winter, who was also the voice of Sophia the First, if you did not know, left Hollywood in 2020 after years of online bullying. She says, quote, grown people were writing articles about me saying how I looked terrible or pregnant, or they called her a fat slut. This is her words. And she was 14 years old. Where are these adults? Shame on them. 71-year-old Jackie Chan does his own stunts and says he'll never retire. That's a strong man right there. He says, quote, when you've done it 64 years straight, there's no physical preparation anymore. It's just muscle memory. And I have to say, I believe probably that, especially when you're doing it for as long as he has, it's probably just like second nature to him. This is interesting. Disney's making some moves, I should say, with Marvel. Marvel is now refocusing on quality over quantity. Disney boss Bob Iger says, by consolidating a bit and having Marvel focus on much more of their films, which they kind of lost track of, we believe that it will result in better quality. It's so funny that they went through all these like spin-off shows like Hawkeye. Loki, I know, was highly acclaimed. I loved WandaVision. I watched it. I thought that was phenomenal. I know they did Agatha all along. She-Hulk, I mean, the results speak for themselves. They should really just get back to movies because Thunderbolts was kicking butt and Captain America Brave New World, solid A+, baby. That rounds out your weekend edition of Bobby's Popcast. Hope you have a wonderful, phenomenal Friday. Want to let you know that Sunday we do Bobby's Bubblegum Brunch on radioqueer.com, courtesy of my friend and now co-host, Christopher J. Beal. This is his passion project, and he let me decide to come along and have fun because I get to do what I love. I get to talk about pop culture, we get to laugh, and we just get to talk. And it's a really fun online radio station with all kinds of great music and various genres. So definitely something to check out. I'll be there on Sunday. And if you want to find all my links for the podcast, BobbyAdan.com. That's BobbyAdan.com. Have a fabulous Friday.